Hello, everybody, and welcome to Source Energy Collective. Well, I am boycotting New Year's. I am not saying Happy New Year's at all. I know that is just my perspective. I welcome and invite everybody to do themselves. And if you're celebrating New Year's, you do you. But for me, I feel all too snuggly and too warm and too cozy in the middle of winter. I am hibernating. It is -10 outside, but it's not that bad up here. It's not that cold, but it's still in the middle of winter, and I'm still going to hibernate and be cozy, warm, and putter, and not do any New Year's resolutions and take myself to the gym and want to lose 10 pounds and all that stupid bullshit because it doesn't fucking work anyways in the middle of winter. I will save that for April 1st. But today we have Carol and France and Jerry and Jen. And again, in here, we celebrate different perspectives. We are all different people. We are all different, like, we're not clones. So I'm sure some of my soul brothers and sisters are celebrating New Year's, and it is totally fine. And I wish them a really great day. So, did you guys want to come on and say hi?
Okay, I will say hello, and I'm gonna say Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to the crazy clown show we got going out there. So, yes.
Don't be shy, peoples. Say hi.
Well, Happy New Year to everybody, and this is going to be an incredible year. That's my sense. It's a year of the one, of new beginnings, uh, changes in a very positive way. Um, so it's exciting. So go with the flow and go inward and bring out your gifts. And this is the time to create them in the world.
Me too. I'm starting year one. So a new beginning. I hope we all gonna be grateful for something every day and more than once. That's my new goal. To be more grateful for what I see. Stop and look and be grateful.
I appreciate all that everybody said, and Happy New Year. And I'm feeling good about the day and just everything to come. So, welcome everybody.
Awesome. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to continue with our 2026 momentum tarot pulls on the different provinces in Canada. We can also discuss the different countries later on. And I don't think we're going to cover, I don't know what, this is just my perspective. I don't think we're going to cover every single province. But I think Saskatchewan is kind of important because there is a Wexit um, formation, a Wexit party, a Wexit kind of movement, which means that the western provinces of BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan are going to separate. Does anybody want to talk anything more about Wexit? I'm just going to pull up some information on Wexit here. Anybody?
Yeah, I mean the Wexit is just a acronym for what I guess the same analogy for what the UK is going through, which is a Brexit, right? Which is exiting the European Union. So we're just exiting the federal reserve, which or the Federal Reserve, the federal government, which is actually not even really our government. It's more of a organization that's from overseas. It's more of a hidden hand. It's not nothing to do with helping the people. It's about enriching the 13 controlling families. It has nothing to do with helping the people at all. Mind you, it does help us evolve, so there is some benefit to it. But I think it's their time is done now, so now it's time for us to collaborate and to start to shift ourselves away from the old systems, the old world. Which reminds me, I watched the end of Stranger Things last night. It was kind of interesting. That
I feel like you want to say more around that. He knows
well,
I'm on like season 4 or something. It's okay.
uh,
You can.
yeah. Well, just keep going. No, it's good. Well, it was interesting because one of the characters whose name is Callie, so like the Kali Yuga, she died in the show. She was taken out. So that was, to me, that was like, Callie's dying. So that's the, maybe that's the Kali Yuga. That's the Kali age dying. And then the one girl's name in there is 11, and they used to call her L. And L is another word for God, like in
Mhm.
the word Israel, Isis, Ra, and El. So it's like the trifecto, the triad. So it is interesting because they do have that right in the movies. They show a lot of hidden symbology, and if you listen to the characters' conversations too, you can kind of read between the lines of what they're really saying.
Okay. So
What do you
did you
got?
want to hear more about the Wexit? The Wexit was an actual political group formed in 2020. It has now been dissolved, but Alberta Wexit has merged with the Wild Rose Independent Party of Alberta, currently in 2025. So it is about back in 2020 when it was formed, it was about giving the Western provinces more of a voice in the political landscape of Canada. But then it was formally disbanded in 2025. But I feel that formally disbanded in 2025, that was after the Freedom Convoy and everything else. So it was formally disbanded to create a new, in my opinion. And then broad causes behind the current sentiment. So economic grievances are around oil and gas pipelines, the federal environment policies, and perception by some that federal government overlook Western interests. So yeah, let's pull on the momentum of Saskatchewan. So the sentiment in Saskatchewan, the separatist sentiment in Saskatchewan, it says here, just with a quick Google search, is that it's not as high as in Alberta. The same with BC. It is not as high as in Alberta, right? Alberta is pretty much the one steelheading this Wexit right now, seeing as the Wexit federal party in Alberta has merged with another current federal party, right? So along the lines of our intuition, we always have said Alberta is going to go first, and then Saskatchewan, and then BC, right? So let's just pull on this video here is about Saskatchewan. We're going to keep it Saskatchewan because we did one for BC and we did one for Alberta. So let's pull about the momentum about Saskatchewan separating. Anything Spirit wants to tell us about Saskatchewan or anything else is happening in Saskatchewan.
Okay, I'll start with my card. First one I pulled was the world. So I think people want some change. We can see on each side they're battling. But the second one is the 7 of 1. It's a small minority against big people. So what's going to happen? I think we're going to see justice. At the end, we're going to have justice.
Anybody else ready?
Great job,
I
France.
can.
Carol, did you want to go?
Yeah, I got the Three of Pentacles, which they're coming together and they're thinking of how they're going to build this, how they're going to craft this, how they're actually going to execute this. But they have the courage and the bravery, um, and the strength to do it. All right, Jerry. And then I got the Ace of Wands, which I guess is kind of like they're going to have to put their action into it. So they're going to be tested a little or challenged maybe a little bit there as far as moving forward.
Is the Ace of Wands in reverse? I saw it in reverse, or was that?
Yeah, it was in reverse, right?
So the Ace of Wands would be like fire and passion, like and a forward momentum. So if it's in reverse, if there's something like instilling it, something like hobbling it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can go. So the whole root of this tarot pole I got is the wheel. So obviously there's cycles, mini cycles, and major cycles, and so if you look at Alberta and Saskatchewan, their inception is exactly the same astrologically, so they're pretty connected. And I think this is just a cycle right now that is just like it's getting ready to initiate itself. And just like what you got, Carol, I'm getting right now that they're beginning to face their fears, face the situation. So they're developing the courage, because in the past it's been chaotic. There's been lots of fighting amongst maybe those groups that Marcia was talking about. There's some in-house fighting about that. Um, it I do also get institutions that are going to be affected during this time. They're going to be recalibrated, and there's something new coming in with the institutions. So possibly new leadership, new government, and this is going to take really, this is going to be accelerated this coming year. This is something that's really going to be pushed a lot, or a lot of people are going to get on board, because this is ultimately what's happening, a rebalancing of the power of the scales of justice. So there is a big push for people now to stand up and to take back what's rightfully theirs.
Beautiful. And that the Wheel of Fortune, and when you said it's here to flip flop things, and the Wheel of Fortune was the first card that you pulled, and then what was the last card? The Emperor, restructuring systems. So that's what's going to, in my opinion, to flip flop is the
Yeah,
restructuring of systems and like political parties and political
absolutely.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Saskatchewan is the breadbasket of BC, right? So there's a lot of farmers out there. It's very flat. It's very like lots of grain. So we have to put ourselves in the mode of Saskatchewan, like, and then think about what's happening in Canada. So in Canada, they're big on the climate change agenda. Um, and then they're also putting a lot of different things along the lines, a lot of regulations on the farmers and making it more and more expensive for them to do what they do, even though they're still struggling. Right. So,
Yeah. Hey, I'll share something with you, Marcia. So I watched a play about 10 years ago, and it was about a farmer in Saskatchewan. He was growing like his organic corn, he was growing his regular corn, and Monsanto was, of course, bullying like they normally do, to get people to buy their product and their own seeds of their GMO corn. And what ended up happening was the farmers beside this gentleman, their pollen from their GMO crops was starting to infect his crops. And so what happened was Monsanto's took him to court and said that he was stealing their product. And actually, yeah, it was insane. And this farmer had to go to battle against like these corporate giants, because that's all they do is they try to hook farmers into their GMO product and get them to use their pesticides and herbicides and genocides and suicides on their fields. and this farmer stood up to them, which was really awesome. They even did a play about it. It was pretty cool. I can't
Yes.
remember the name of it, but
They're saying he was stealing what he didn't want.
yeah. Well, lawyers, right? Lawyers can twist anything around, right?
But after Marcia asked about this wands being upside down, I asked for a clarifier, and I got neighbors. And it was funny you brought up neighbors, Jerry. But for this card, this is going to be for the Saskatchewan neighbors. They're gonna help each other. They're going to share
Beautiful.
ideas, and so it's going to
I
help
love to
them
hear
with
that.
any challenges they may have. So
Good to hear. I love that. Thanks, Carol.
So I asked about the momentum of the separation of Saskatchewan or anything really that Spirit wants to tell me about Saskatchewan. I got the sun. So what this card is talking to me about is that it's being grown. The movement is being grown right now. There is kind of like a hibernation. So it's kind of like the sun is putting in its warmth, its energy, its growth, its codes, I guess you can even say, for this to happen. What's going to push people is the remembrance of how life was before. Canada is changing, right? So I think that the movement again is going to be about the children, the family. I'm getting goosebumps right now. So when the people of Saskatchewan see, and when the ropes get tightened too much, that's when it's going to blow up. The movement is going to increase and grow, because right now the movement is really kind of small. People are just kind of trying to play by the rules and live along the regulations that's being put in. But along with 2026, a lot of revelations are going to come in. As you can see, Canada gave a whole shit ton of money to the Ukraine right now, whereas like the situation in Canada is not good. A lot of people are just making it. So, and we are trillions of dollars in debt. So, if I was in debt and somebody asked me to borrow money, would I lend out money? Like, no, I wouldn't, because I'm in debt, right? So, like, why is it when you're talking about the big country of Canada, when you're trillions of dollars in debt and you're giving billions of dollars to somebody, something doesn't like pan out and make any sense, except for if they're trying to implode and explode everything in Canada. And why are they doing that? This is the revelation. People are going to see that they're trying to make everybody like in lack and in fear and in everything. So we're easily controlled. So then we have in the near future the world, and when people are seeing this, they're not even just going to see this for themselves, but they're going to see this for their neighbors and the world, right? They're going to remember that just because like one neighbor is having a hard time, it means that like next it's going to be them. So it's going to walk away from the I to the we. And the star, this is honestly destined. Um, all of this, right? It's through going and sifting through the darkness that we are going to get the expansion. That is what is being called for. How long more can we just play by the rules? I'm not saying like rebel or anything, but how long are we going to live with status quo when things just keep, like the rope just keeps getting tighter and tighter on our necks, right? And it's not only just for us, it's for our kids. But right now, it's the hermit. It's the time to go within, the time to see, the time to discern. And I feel like 2026 for Saskatchewan is going to be right now a time to see, a time to discern when, and the sun is like making the seeds grow underneath ground, right? And they're going to remember how it was in their family. And they're going to see, just not for themselves, but for their neighbors. And the movement is going to blow up. But I feel honestly like it will be Alberta first. And when Alberta's on the way, and when Alberta sees it and people see how Alberta is flourishing, then it will be Saskatchewan. And then the normal people of BC will be like, screw that, we're out. You guys can stay in the southern BC, you stay doing what you do, but the northern BC will go as well. So yeah, that's what I
Beautiful.
got.
Beautiful. I love it.
Oh, I kind of want to do a deeper dive around the farmers in Saskatchewan. Let's do more of a momentum with the farmers. What are the farmers in Saskatchewan going to be facing in 2026? I'm gonna mute and
Did Jan, are you there? Did you pull a card for the last one?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that Marcia, you and France both got world, right? I love when duplicate cards show up. It's so fun.
I love that Carol is so accommodating and she's very attentive to everybody. I love that about you, Carol. Don't ever change that part of you. It's built into your system, I think. Okay, farmers. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't look good. Well, actually, it's. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like they're getting blindsided. They're being blindsided. They're gonna be blindsided. And it does look like they're gonna be in full on defense. What is this, the five or this the seven? This is the seven. So they're going to have to be rethinking a lot of things moving forward. I got another seven, so they're already considering what their next moves are going to be, and it looks like it's going to be an involving. Either they're going to be stepping into their own authority, or there's going to be a new authority coming in. Again, I'm getting that there's going to be a change of some sort coming, and it's whatever's happening is happening fast. It's been happening fast for a while, and we got this card again. So there's going to be a loss of something. It could be crops too, as well. But I think there's going to be something that's positive. It's going to end up showing up at the last minute.
I have the Two of Wands, which they're envisioning what they're wanting for the future. This is what it says to me. Envisioning and contemplating their future, the farmers. They have a lot to offer, but they have been hurt and put down. And I asked for a clarifying card of this, and I got the death card, and they're just not going to put up with it anymore. It's going to be something new that they have a lot to offer, and they're going to be able to offer it in the way that they see fit. And it's going to come. That's what I feel.
Yeah. I pulled some
Yeah.
cards. So go ahead. Go ahead, Jerry.
No, no,
Oh,
I'm okay.
yeah, I pulled some cards. It's a non-traditional deck. It's a Sacred Rebels deck. Pretty much, I got what do you feel? I could show you the card, and really, it's a big shock what's going on, and it's important that they spend time going within and processing really what's happening, and and kind of like share with like-minded people about this. I also have new birth and guarded vigilantly, meaning something's going to be birthed from this. Um, but right now they have to get a hold of what's taking place and understand it. And the third one was release the dark wound, let love live. So pretty much it's it's the beginning of a movement that will eventually take place. What's happening now? People just got to process this, recognize the the severity of this, and come together and understand it, learn it, feel it, and through this try to create something new. So something very positive will come out of this, but we're in the beginning phase of them trying to understand this. So that's what I get.
That totally resonates. Yeah, that's pretty much what everybody's picking up, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. France, do you have anything?
Yeah, I've got the King of Cup. So he's looking into it. He's gonna, I think, try to make it balance. My second card is people's gonna go away. They're not too sure if they want to stay there or there's gonna be cleanup for me. And the third card, it's about the same thing. People are going away. It's gonna be chaos for a time.
Awesome.
You
Love
got the
that,
tower.
France.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Let it crumble.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you guys were talking about it, yes, people are seeing what's going on, people are feeling what's going on, but then there needs to be the second step of people like coming together and figuring out what to do with what is going on. Right. And I feel like in Canada, that is the step that we need more work on is like we all see these things. But what are we going to do about it? And because we've been so kind of like programmed to not be. We're very nice in Canada. We don't like to rock the boat in Canada. It's going to take a lot for people to break out of that structure, that box, that way of being. Because Canadians are polite and Canadians are nice. That's a box that we need to break out of, right? So that is like what's happening with the farmers going on in 2026 is there's going to be a lot of like things happening behind the scenes, right? Things happening within themselves, things happening within kind of discerning and throwing away exactly what I said, all the things that aren't working for them, all the programs making them to stay silent. So that is happening right now. There's a lot of things going on underneath the surface. Because another thing that's happening in Canada is that this is a legislation that has gone through. They want to take away oil cars, like gas cars, and put in like electric cars. We're really cold in Canada. Electric cars don't work in the cold.
That's so funny.
Idiots, right? So yeah, when people are unable to buy their cars and they're gonna again play within the systems and listen and just kind of do what the government says, their cars aren't gonna work, right? So then that is a total like visualization of what the cards are telling us. When that happens, people are gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? Right. And that's when it's going to get out of the hermit. And that's when people are going to take form and to be more vocal about it. Again, it is more aligned with what exactly is going on. I'm sorry to say, but what's happening to the farmers right now with all the stupid regulations and everything else, like tightening the rope around their neck, is kind of like needed for people to get out of hermit mode, to come together in community and to discuss what to do together about it. So that's the unity. And when people are able to do that, the Empress comes out with all her fertility, all her abundance, all her grounded strength, right? All her strength of creation. Because what is happening right now is the farmers are unable to create, unable to grow the way that they're supposed to grow, the way that they want to grow, the way that they're able to grow because of all of these like ropes and systems that are strangulating them. But the Empress is going to come out swinging, and the Chariot. All this is going to happen really, really fast in 2026. The devastation of the farming industry, and then also the stepping up of the farming industry. If you look at around the world, that and also the immigration thing, the farming and the immigration is what is fueling all the rebellions around the world. So maybe that is what it's going to take for Canada as well. And Saskatchewan. I'm not saying Canada, I'm saying Saskatchewan. So yeah, Saskatchewan, buckle up as well.
Well, that's awesome, Marcia. I just did a quick one if they're going to be protesting this year, and it does look like they're going to be going after the devil himself. And I did get that they'll be standing in their power. And you can also say that this is also is developing the courage when you embody the feminine principle. It does bring courage. So there will be new partnerships. There will be new people like what Carol was getting. A lot of people coming together as well and forming and it's not just going to be talk, it's going to be action oriented. So you can see that these people are marching, they're marching forward, and so there will be some beautiful peaceful protests. Of course there's always the provocateurs that infiltrate a lot of these peaceful protests. They're usually ex-RCMP, and they go into these protests and they start shit to make the protests look bad. And of course, the news cameras are right there to capture it to make people look violent and stuff. When in fact, it's just some retards that have been paid to get in there and start shit. So anytime you see protests, use your discernment, because some of them are just paid actors and stuff too, especially on any news channel. My God, if you're still watching the news, then you really need to unplug that TV and throw it out the window, because it will just create mental illness.
That is not a conspiracy theory. That has actually been proven. That, and if you see what's happening in the protests around, what was it, the Ukraine people, or not the Ukraine, there was some war that's happening and the war got stopped. And then
You keep saying Ukraine. You mean Khazaria, don't you?
yes. So there's a war that's been stopped. I don't think it was I shouldn't be saying the U word anyways. The It wasn't about that country. It was about another country. The war got stopped. And then the protesters, there was like videos on it all through social media, videotaping these protesters crying when the war got stopped. Like, why are you crying? This is what you're protesting about. Oh, we're crying because how are we going to pay our rent? Right, is what they
Yeah.
said. So
Yeah.
it's all a big clown show.
Yep.
And like look into the conspiracy theories, quote, because a lot of them are being like brought out. The thing around the jab, now it's got a black box warning and everything else around that. So this is the revelations of 2026. Are the sleepers going to actually see, or are they continuing to keep the blindfold on, right? That's another good pull. What are people going to see around the revelations when, like, the hermit stops being the hermit? What are people going to do when in Saskatchewan? Let's do that. What are people in Saskatchewan going to do with the revelations that are coming out? How are they going to move forward?
Can I just add something before we do that? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to say that just like this is kind of like a practice run, because what's happening in Canada is going to come to the United States. This is just like they they take a country and practice practice what they want to do throughout the world and learn from it, and then they spread it out to other nations. So this is this is this is a beginning of a movement they're trying to create that will spread to other nations.
So they practiced in the UK. So what is happening in Canada is exactly what happened in the UK.
Right.
So if you want to see Canada, if you want to see what's going to happen, what's the forecast, just look at what the UK is doing, but don't look on the news. Ask people that are there, right? Or I'm sorry to say, but see the independent journalists. And where are the independent journalists? They're on TikTok, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook Reels, they're on all these things, right? So the people that are going to be protesting, when Jerry said the protests and like the other people that are going to be inserted to cause problems, have your phones, right? A lot of people are seeing that they get more of their news, more of um like reliable information from the independent journalists, you know? So tape everything, do live feeds. That's what woke me up, was the live feeds of the Freedom Convoy. And then even though like the mainstream media was saying the exact opposite, I saw the live feeds. I saw with my eyes. That's what made me see that the mainstream media, that's what made me turn it off, right?
Yeah. Well, and I'd like to add something while you're pulling, guys are pulling there. The word conspiracy is just it's just a few people that are conspiring to make financial gain, to commit crimes, and that's through financial gains. And so it shouldn't be a stretch for a lot of people to imagine that there is very rich people there that conspire to get richer and to game systems to their own advantage. Like, that really should not be a stretch. What really just and totally amazes me is that there's still people out there thinking that they're actually working on our best behalf and that this is as good as it gets. And unfortunately, what I see has happened is people have been emotionally traumatized since they were kids, and even since COVID, it's been traumatizing for a lot of people, and they don't want to face the truth. And so, what actually begins to happen now is these people that are choosing to be unconscious actually become very dangerous, and they become a threat to any freedom loving people because they refuse to grow and to emotionally heal themselves. Therefore, they can actually become extremely violent in these situations. So it's best to keep your distance and hold space and allow them to heal. But a lot of these people right now, they're emotionally damaged and they're mentally retarded at this point, because, and retarded isn't, I'm not saying it in a mean way, they're just not able to process information that's different than what they've been digesting for their entire life. That's all it is. Okay.
Retardation, it means slow. That's all it means. It's been so yeah, their thought process is slow. They are retarded in their thinking. That's what it means,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
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 So absolutely, Jerry. It is, and I saw a reel saying that like this is how they take down countries. They put in all these illusions, they put in the voice of God, they put in on like the voice of God and the frequency and vibration. Spell work is kind of from me. My awareness, my intuition, but they put in all these illusions, and the people that jump on the bandwagon of all these illusions, right? Uh, they are the pawns. They are the destabilizing pawns, right? And if you notice what Jerry's saying is they are very mean. If you go on reels, the people that are against ICE or against anything that logically makes sense, right? Against people saying, like, wait a second, it's not sustainable with all these people coming in. We need to put Canada first. We need to put our citizens first. And then they're being called racist. Do you see the people that are calling them racist? They are absolutely mentally ill. They are screeching. They are acting crazy.
That's the mob. That's the mob mentality, right? That's
Yeah.
why they're so dangerous, because they're
Yeah.
willing to do violence towards others. And it's as sad as it is, but you know what? You have to sometimes call a bucket of shit a bucket of shit.
They're a
And
bucket of shit. Like I
you know,
cannot believe how insane
yeah,
they can't even have a conversation without name calling. And it's happened to me too. You know, I'll bring up the fact that I posted something on one of my old neighborhood Facebook pages, and it was a documentary made by one of the people that moved away and came back, and he made a documentary about what happened here. He was just saying what he sees. He was just saying like, okay, this was how it was when I left, and this is how it is now. What happened? And the people that responded to me posting that was calling me racist, was calling me And the amount of anger coming at me, and I was just being very polite as I usually am until somebody pushes me up against the wall. Then I come out swinging, but I wasn't feeling, I was just having fun, right? I was being like a brat. And I was like, I'm not racist. I know racism. I'm Asian. I came when there were no Asians here. I know what racism is. This is not racism. This is just like logical thinking. Can you guys logically think? Like, that's one way to handle them. But another way is like, yeah, don't even
Yeah.
deal. Another thing that I've noticed with these types of people is when you match their energy of like crazy, and this kind of takes your vibration down. When you match their energy of crazy, they kind of back away, right? So there's also that. Not telling you guys what to do or how to
Okay.
handle the situation, but awareness is key, right? So
I know some of us are not Canadian here, and even us Canadians might not be totally aware of this, but even like as far as like controlling the rivers, controlling the oceans, and controlling the fish we eat, and doing this whole farm salmon scam thing, is, the fish are completely polluted. They're fed crap. They're shitting on themselves. They're extremely cancerous. Salmon's supposed to be incredibly clean. These salmon are sicker than sick, and what they do is they have one person in Canada that's the only person allowed to come up with any sort of information about their health. It's allowed to check on them. So there's no independence. There's no peer reviews. It's just one person that's most likely paid a lot of money to just come up with bullshit information on it. And it's sickening that we still support. Like, I would never willfully buy farmed salmon. Is supporting it's I would never see if we don't support these systems. They don't exist. But we like eating, garbage apparently.
it's horrible. So if you look into, how Campbell's Soup has come out and said that this is why they're going towards the farmers, you guys. We got to support our farmers because what they're bringing in is poison. It's crap. It's going to take down the health of your body. It's like it's adding to the pharmaceutical industry. It is all linked. I'm going to go through my closet, my pantry, look into all the ingredients. It's not only Campbell's Soup that adds bioengineered stuff, right? It is a lot of them. If you look through the ingredients, toss them out. Do not eat it, right? And do not rebuy it. It's all like the processed foods, you know? Because, and then I also saw something that they are making, like, be aware they're making weird milk. They're making bioengineered milk, which means cheese, which means yogurt, which means does that mean for our cows, for our dairy industry? What does that mean?
That means that we're going to be taking our power back, and starting, I think, tonight, we're going to have a nice little Zoom meeting about that, Marcia, talking about
Awesome.
more of that action. Hey, what was the tarot poll that you wanted us to do?
I pulled on how are the people going to react to all these revelations, the people of Saskatchewan, to all these revelations that are going to be coming up, the ones that we're talking about, the ones that are quote, quote, conspiracy theories that are going to come out in a way that is undeniable. So I did pull, you guys pulled. It's going to put in people. I got really great cards, you guys. So I feel like 2026 for Saskatchewan is going to be the year of the fire horse, the year of change, the 1 year, the year of taking forward a new step into a new future. They're actually going to see, because Saskatchewan too is pretty great. Like the guys up here are so different than the guys in the lower mainland. Like, they are actual men. There are no girly men up here, which is amazing. Like, I actually looked around. I'm like, wow, they're all actually men up here. And that's the same with Saskatchewan. You can't take them down. The magician came up. So it's like what we are creating. Yes, yes. So our power of manifestation, it is our world. We get to decide, not the 1, 2, 3, 4 people that have made us poor and in lack. We get to decide, and that is going to come out, right? The lovers, it's a blending of all the people. The divide is going to dissolve. People are going to see through the age-old kind of projection of divide and conquer. We're going to see that, right? Be careful what you eat too, because again, it's coming in. They're making eggs and they're making weird milk. So go to your farms and get eggs and milk. And then this one is they're gonna do it for their children. They're going to react in a way that is going to um, walk away from the old systems and the corrupt systems. And these are great cards. And then the 10 of Cups, right? Yes, they're great cards. I love how we always get the same cards, Jerry.
Yeah, I got a lot of the cards you did. I did get currently the scales are being balanced again. So this came up the second time, and energetically, I do see a lot of people banding together and creating new systems, but also showing their dismay as well. So you may see some major protests in front of government buildings, that kind of thing. Exactly what you said. It's about a new creation, a new way of thinking about things. This is, I mean, I could sit here and talk for a week about this card. It's a beautiful card. So, and I do see, and we've seen this one come up a few times, right, Carol? The about bringing people together, and it's about family. It's about new partnerships. So it is a great year, but it's not going to look good for some people that are still holding on to the old systems and the old allegiances to organizations that have never had their best interest in mind. It was always about the bottom line dollar. It's all about the numbers, right? You're muted, Marcia.
Jan's waving a card. We can't see your card, hun.
That's okay. I'm just gonna skip it. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Anybody else have cards?
I've
The
got
three.
the Three of Cup. See, they're together, but as you can see, there's only one higher than the other one, so it's a small bunch. My second one is the Hierophant. So I think they're gonna be more and more people that's gonna join, that's gonna see it. And the third is confirming that, yeah, mother's gonna supervise them. It's the Queen of Cup as the first one. So I think we're gonna have more and more people that's gonna be awake and is gonna see it.
Yes. Awesome. I love the unity. I love the unity. We're all pulling on unity. I got the Three of Pentacles, so that is like people coming together, people banding together, people working together. And then we also got the separation of the divide is going to fall. And then we also got the Hierophant. And then we also got the Magician. So the Hierophant goes into 0 point to figure out, to discern, to take away what doesn't work. And then they're in the 0 point to create with the Magician, right? So this is a really great spread for Saskatchewan, 100%. There is going to be kerfuffle. There is going to be stuff that's going on. We picked up on weather situations in Alberta. So I don't know if there's going to be weather situations in Saskatchewan.
And see, there's two cards together. If I add up, it's strength. So we're gonna have it. They're gonna be more powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carol, did you have
Okay.
something there?
Yeah, the way I see my cards are there's a Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So it may be that some of the people, as the revelations come out, maybe don't want to look at that hard, but I do get a strong feeling that they will, and they'll look for themselves. You know, what has been in my world? I've been working hard on this, and what have I kind of gotten for it, sort of thing. So they will come into their own Queen of Wands. they'll come into their own decisions or of their own actions. People will focus a little bit more, even if they don't understand what they're seeing out there. They're gonna be more independent in how they do things for themselves. But they're gonna come up against their old belief systems, the things that have been chaining them. They're gonna run right into it and have to make a choice. So I asked for a clarifier, and it's the King of Wands. So people are gonna see, and they're gonna recognize, and they're gonna move forward, and maybe bring a lot to the table that they weren't able to do before.
So, Carol, you're so connected to your cards. Carol's just starting to pull on tarot, and her confidence is getting so high. And again, like you are getting so connected to your cards because the Seven of Pentacles upside down, Seven of Pentacles right side up is the fog, it's the illusion, it's too many things at once, right? So, you totally, what I'm feeling is that they're going to see. Yeah. Yeah. So that means that you are so connected with your cards and like your intuition is on fire. So yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you, Marcia. They're so fun to learn, and it's so fun to have a group like this to uh, discuss it with, and
Mhm.
and get the same card sometimes and things like that. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of the same messages with different cards, which is also beautiful, and some new insights from different people. So it's all good.
Jan, are you sure you don't want to share your cards?
Yeah, I would love, I mean, everything that's been said is awesome. So I will, yeah, I'm just listening right now because everything is right on target, I think. Yeah.
Do you guys want to pull on weather? Is there going to be any weather things?
I just did. I was way ahead of you. Yes, it does look like I'm getting a lot of water cards. So it's looking like there's going to be definitely going to be some weather issues. But what it is, it's a balancing, it's a tempering, it's a harmonizing of the earth grids that's happening, because that's what I'm getting in the near future. Is I get the Page of Pentacles. So it's a new connection to earth. It's a new way of looking at the earth. It's literally a new earth coming in, and it is part of the splitting that's happening. So it's looking into a different way of even us beginning to see the earth in a totally different way. Going through this next phase is going to show us. And what is this, the nine? Yeah. So this is about the old way of not knowing about the way that the earth actually has its cycles, has its own consciousness, really. And so it's about us beginning to unbind ourselves. And so the advice is to not be blinded by what's going on, but to face it with a new vision, a new way of freshness of looking at things.
So I'm gonna follow up, Terry, what you're saying. I didn't exactly pull a card. I wanted to mention that I saw a video about a parcel of land that is just cracked and dry and desolate and no vegetation, no trees, etc. And they brought in beaver to onto the land. And within 2 or 3 years, they had made a little dam, and it brought moisture into the ground, and it kept it from rolling, past on top of the ground, and away. And within a couple years, the trees, the birds, the fish, everything came together. So what you were saying about the earth, and I think it really gives me a lot of hope that these kind of things are coming, these ideas that people have that can work with the earth. I think you said something about working with the earth, and I think
Yeah.
as that will influence back to the question about the weather. That will all of these little gains will add to the atmosphere, the weather, right?
Yeah, I mean, it does look like there's, and most likely is going to be some more water issues this coming year. Actually, even this January, potentially, there's going to be a more amplifying of the cleanup that needs to happen. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
I think that like what you're, sorry, Jan, go ahead.
no, I pulled some cards on this.
Okay.
And what I got is the first one was Pandora's gift. So it's what's happening now. People have to just go within and, as I mentioned before, be introspective. And this whole process with the weather, um, it's things are just going to shift, and we just have to go through this process. Um, and I think that planetarily, I think there'll be a lot of changes in a very positive way, but we just have to ride this cycle out. And having all this disruption that takes place is a way for us to start looking within more and processing really what's happening in the world. And through that, changes will come with the weather in a very positive way. And yeah, what parallels what that is, what do you feel? So it's just going within more, and these weather changes and everything helps us to tone in on inwardly what's happening with us, and as above so below, as within so without. So that process of going within and shifting will also shift on a planetary basis with the weather also. And the third one is shock of the new. So it just all parallels the same. Um, just yeah, this change will help us to. It'll shock us in another reality. It'll lift us up. Um, this process and the changes that will take place and that shock is going to shift us to a new reality. So that's what I get.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I had something to say about Jerry's pull too. So he was saying something about the earth and connecting with the earth and knowing that the earth has consciousness. And then also Carol brought up the earth, Mother Earth as well. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of regenerating of the soil in Saskatchewan. I feel like there's going to be a movement to do that. That is coming in a lot just through the Akasha. So I don't know if that's advice or if that's a prediction, but something about regenerating soil in Saskatchewan. Um, so I didn't pick up on a lot of weather situations that are happening in Saskatchewan. I think most of the fires, unless there's going to be natural fires in Saskatchewan, but I think that more of the nefarious fires are going to be targeting Alberta this year. But I did pull cards on weather, and what's coming up is climate change, the climate change agenda. The cards are talking to me about that. So the emperor is still going to try to put in regulations for the Alberta, for the Saskatchewan farmers in in the in the thing for climate change. I'm sorry, I don't have a better word. It's escaping my head. So in support of climate change, they're going to put in a lot more regulations for Saskatchewan farmers in support of the climate change, which we all know is like a complete farce, right? So I'm sorry if people don't agree, because there's a lot of people that do still jump on that bandwagon. But Saskatchewan farmers are going to be like, yeah, no more. I don't want that. And so that's the Four of Cups, right? And they're going to be like, no more of this, you know? So it is like, just like they are calling people racist for talking the truth and just like opening a conversation on what they see with their eyes. The whole racist, white supremacy, the whole bullshit it's not working anymore, right? So when people were calling me racist, it was actually making me laugh, because I know for me, I'm definitely I'm so far from that, right? So it's like people that it's the same kind of thing with the climate change, right? It's been a game that's been played over and over and over and over again, that people are going to stop listening. What is still getting clout is the divide and conquer. So come on, people, like, we have been through years of this. We need to be able to see through that, right? So instead of agreeing with the climate change agenda and all the regulations, they're going to stand up and they're going to say no more, right? And so the temperance is also helping. I feel right now it's talking to me about softening the fire. I don't know why. The temperance doesn't really talk to me like that. But right now it's about softening the fire, balancing the fire, alchemizing the fire with the cups, right? It does actually. The temperance is the alchemization, but like softening the fire was very loud. Um, this is the chariot, and the climate change agenda is going to be seen for what it is, and the regulations that are being put in place because of it are going to be seen for what it is. People are not going to be able to be pulled into that kind of bandwagon anymore, and that's going to happen very fast, right?
Yeah. Are you done, Marcia? I don't want
Um,
to interrupt you.
that's okay.
I was getting while you were pulling the cards. I think it's important to realize too, the guys, is that a lot of these dark agendas, they're there to help us rediscover who we are and to take back our power. So it's disempowerment is really just an illusion that we've agreed to so that we could have this experience. So it whenever we're talking here, we're not from a victim standpoint. We're just saying that it's time to wake up, like the Pink Floyd song, it's time to wake up, everybody, and to start to realize who we truly are. Because you know what, I'm kind of glad that they're doing a lot of these. I know this is going to sound crazy, because since what we just finished all saying, I'm kind of glad that they're doing a lot of these clampdowns and stuff, because what's going to end up happening is, if you remember what happened during the COVID stuff, is the good people were the people that were waking up were the ones being pointed fingers at. You're not wearing a mask, or this, that, and the other. But I think this time around, it's going to be different, because I think that these agendas are going to help keep the crazy ones, the ones that have been hanging on to the false illusions. Those, like I said before, they're the ones that are going to be the ones going to become dangerous, and they're just going to create. They're creating separation through themselves, and so it's important for us to to have the ability to not have to deal with that, and so the governments will take care of that portion of, let's say, people that are becoming violent. They will be hopefully they'll get some help, and those are the ones that will that actually, so those laws are kind of like protecting us in a way. So I don't want to sound like that, it's all bad, because remember, they're working in harmony to some degree, though it doesn't really look that way. So I just got one closing card that I asked Spirit to give me out of my herbal deck, which they recommend through this time, and I got psilocybin. I was always wanting to hopefully have that card come up, and it did today. So I'm going to read it to you. So psilocybin have come to tell you that you have arrived to your place of power. They are beacons of light on earth, and offer psychic healing on a collective level. For you to tune in and commune with the ancestors and powers that be, to further develop your power. Psilocybin floods your body with light codes, loosening the knots we volunteered to protect through the journey of life. Don't resist the profound teachings. Relax into the higher mind as you commune with its loving awareness. As you find home within, commune with others and experiences that support you. connect you to nature and the extensive community of energies that are lovingly there awaiting your conscious arrival. Commune with the spirits and channel the wisdom provided with the sure-footed spontaneity. Did I say that right? Spontaneity? Spontaneous?
Spontaneity.
Fascinating.
Thank you. So there you go.
Beautiful. You finally got the card, hey?
So me, I've got 2 cups. So I think, but if you see
She's got
the first
mushrooms
one,
on there. You got a mushroom on there too, I saw.
oh yeah, on which one? No. I think you're in the mushroom world, but I've got the Ace of Cup, but we're above that. So yeah, maybe lots of climate change. But if you look at the second one, it's all different. So all different people for me. As Marcia said, we're not racist, but see, all different kind of people's gonna join together. Oh yeah, there's your mushroom. Yeah. And see, they still gonna try to the balance to like yeah, they want to be above us and feed us what they want to feed. But I think, yeah, the balance it's there. So we're gonna be open eyes, and I'm not sure it's gonna work. The um the weather change because we're gonna be more awake.
Beautiful.
I got that too, for sure. Anybody else have anything around, I don't even remember the question. I think it was the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any wishes? No. I'd love a coffee.
The mushrooms like water a lot.
I did pull for Mother Earth, any advice from Mother Earth, and she has given the advice of go within your cave to your 0 point to figure out what you want, go into isolation, block out the noise, block out the light, and go within to see without any noise what you want to bring forward in 2026. And the dragonfly, this is talking to me in 2 different ways. The dragonfly is very spiritual. The dragonfly is a connection to your ancestors, to your higher self. The dragonfly is also transformation. The dragonfly sits in water and then climbs up a little reed, and it's a bug, and then climbs out of its form and transforms into something beautiful. So go within the darkness, connect to your intuition, your higher self, your guides, whatever you want to call it. We all have that voice of reason, that voice that's not a voice within us, right? Amplify that. And then also within that, after you do that, there's going to be a transformation. What's happening in Saskatchewan is a transformation right now. 2026 is a transformational year. It's a 1 year, but it's coming through as a transformational year right now.
Awesome. Surrender.
Surrender.
Marcia, I got the Four of Swords, and this is just like the way it's reading to me is just like exactly what you said. Basically, is take the time, rest, think about what you want. All of these kind of things, and then there's this little window up here, and I've seen this card before, but I've never really paid any much attention or like given more thought to this little window. But you said something about the earth showing her magic, or you'll see it in a new see how colorful it is compared to everything else. Whatever you said, this card, that's what it like confirms.
Me too. I pull out a card from my Mystic Fairy. Me too. I've got a 4, but it's a 4 of wands. So enjoy your gift.
Hey, there's another mushroom.
Yes, it's my fairy deck. And 2 for you. 2 mushroom. See, they're sitting on one too. So we won't miss any.
I love it. I love it, Franz.
They're sitting on
Maybe come.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there has to be some sort of message for the mushroom thing. Jerry pulled the mushrooms. Franz keeps pulling mushrooms. There must be something within the mushrooms. So it's like go within. What's coming through right now is go within. You know, we're really talking to people who are absolutely kind of like not really aware, but I think it's like spirit wants to push us even further than that. It's like be aware of the systems of the world and how corrupt they are and how you are more powerful than that, but even go a step further and see your magical, your eternal soul, see that part of yourself. That's why all the mushrooms are coming out right now. So it's like go even further beyond. Like when I first woke up, it was just like the news is lying to me. And it actually took me down. I was like, what is going on? Right? Why are they lying? And it was like brutal. But then after that, I started looking into other things, right? Like, who am I? And oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, who am I? You are the eternal magical soul that has come here. You are spirit having a human experience. Go beyond into that rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
That's why
Right
the
on.
mushrooms are coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We
Yeah.
could do tarot pulls on that, but I'm gonna wait till tonight to do the video on that because I'm getting a lot of information as you're talking to because the mycelium is all intelligence, right? And that's in the earth. That's the biggest, um, if you want to call it thing. It's the web of life. So, and we have bacteria inside of us too. So, yeah, I'm gonna save that conversation.
And when I see the mushrooms, I think of fairies. So I think of different, I don't know if they would be frequencies, dimensions, just different elementals. Goes to the magic of what came up. There's more here for us than what we are tuned with or can see. There's more aspects that to bring magic and wonder into our world.
Awesome. Well, look at Mario Brothers, the mushrooms in Mario Brothers. We all grew up with Mario Brothers, and whenever you got the mushroom, you got what? New life.
New power. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been a great. Marcia, you're muted.
That's good because I was like singing to you the Mario Brothers like song. I'm glad I was muted. You know how you get the mushroom and then you get like powered up or like one up, and then it has that like little jingle. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Saskatchewan 2026 momentum. Um, so yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go from here around the Canadian provinces or the different countries, but we would love to hear from you. Let us know what you want, and we will absolutely oblige. I love you guys so much. So much. I'm talking to you guys. I love you guys so much. And then also to everybody who's watching. Whenever I say that, I'm talking to my soul crew, but then also to everybody on the YouTube land. But yeah, we've kind of been a little bit scattered with our Zooms, and my kids are still off on holidays. So just hang tight until the 5th of January, and then we'll get back on the regular schedule. I'm enjoying sleeping in and I'm enjoying hibernating. So I'm gonna continue to do that. But I love you guys so much, and we will catch you in the next video.
Bye bye.